Bonjour YouTube, welcome back to our channel. Today we are taking you to Gien. So let's discover this city together. On y va.
So Gien is considered as a jewel of Reconstruction because in 1940 the Luftwaffe, Nazis, bombed the bridge and also majority of this front of the city. 422 houses burned, and basically this was all reconstructed in 1946. The buildings were reconstructed with the idea of a more modern town, more modern city. However, they retained the character and the feel of the city itself, how it used to be. The architecture of the church is in harmony of the whole city. They also use the brick. Even though the bell tower is different, the rest kind of blends in with the chateau, the buildings. It all comes together. So these beautiful fragments out of stone, they actually come from the facades of the buildings that were destroyed. During the reconstruction, those bits and pieces were collected and then placed here. So now we are trying to find the museum and the factory of earthenware, and while we're trying to find it, we're not even sure if the museum is open. Imagine they open every single day, but today, for some reason, there are 2 days in the year, 17th and 24th of April, where they say that the museum might be closed or is closed. So we'll see, we're just still walking there, hoping that it's open. In any case, while we're walking here, look at this beautiful line of trees. This is what happens when modern ecologists and greeners, politicians, don't get involved and let the trees be. Look how beautiful. Look how old they are. Gorgeous. Let's go. So back in the day, Gien used to be very popular for trade, especially in medieval times. The big factor of that was the bridge itself, because it connected the city to the other side of the bank. Loire river itself brought a lot of trade, and actually the other side of the river bank was not the city before. Now on the other side of the river you've got the new buildings and stuff. This is newly developed recently, not so new but still recently developed. And you've got the patch of sand that used to be the beach, and it was popular in the 20th century. Doesn't look so popular now, there is no one, but it's still there. Now about the earthenware factory museum, we went there, and unfortunately the boutique is open but the museum is not. So we're going back to the centre-ville to check out the other places, and we're gonna go and pass by the chateau. Yes, the church is basically also mourning all the animals that were killed to make this collections inside. This is a chateau of hunt, okay? And before we continue, I just want to say that we are not pro-hunting. We understand it's a cultural, it's an essential part of many cultures, but don't support hunting at all. But anyway, so the chateau itself is quite interesting from a historic perspective. aside from the fact that you can walk around, and Sinan was basically suffering, but he will tell you himself. I think it's an interesting place to go. The personnel inside is really nice. They give you ideas. There was this really nice trick of where, as you walk around several corridors, there are like panels with the French expressions that are being used today that relate to hunting and to birds, and some hunting tricks and stuff like that. So that's interesting. And the local personnel, they like the working personnel there, they help you. They explain, they give you an idea of what's going on. There was this one room that really almost like put me out of my misery. You walk in, and it's a collection of this official who used to hunt back in the mid-20th century, and literally the whole room is just trophies. It's just trophies. Things like heads and stuff, but you also see the actual stuffed animals, and then you see eggs of the birds. I mean, how worse can you get? Like, what else can we do, Anyway, but it's historic, so it's interesting, if you can handle it.
Even though it's not my taste, I'm sure the place must be very attractive for kids. We saw a group of kids walking around with the teacher and everything. To them, they can see how the animal used to look like, and it's a good experience for the kids. Of course, educative, but to me it wasn't so educative. I felt so nauseous anyway. But one positive side for me is the architecture of this chateau. I really liked it. I don't know why it reminds me of the one in Sons, but maybe because of the bricks that they used in a way of being built, I'm not sure. But yeah, if you have kids, you can just take your kid to this chateau. I'm sure you will be having so much fun. Behind me you can see the Church of Jeanne-d'Arc, which dates back to 10th century. Back then it was called Sainte-Jeanne. However, most of it was destroyed during the Second World War, except the bell tower, which is right behind me. And as you can see, the new part was constructed with the red brick, however, the old part remained the same.
There's this beautiful garden that reminds us of Schacht, yeah. And here is where you can actually see the harmony between the church, right there, the new part of the church, and the chateau. We're gonna go and catch our train soon. So, thank you so much for joining us. If you like this content, you will probably like this video. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And until the next one,
Au revoir.
au revoir.